Hey everybody, welcome back. It is the Fantasy Rugby Yanks. My name's Jared Dyke.
I'm Ben Glauser.
Let's get her going. We got lots to cover and lots to do, and I was happy this weekend. I mean, I didn't get to watch a ton of it on the weekend. I watched most of it like Sunday night and Saturday night, but
yeah.
I was happy. I was like, it was just that fun, unexpected prize in the box. So you're like, ooh, I didn't know I'd get double prizes this week. Yes.
It was, there were some bombs out there. But it was a satisfying rugby weekend overall. I went away pretty pleased with what I saw in the most of the matches.
Yeah, no, I think many of us did. Okay, let's drink these. Let's drink some beverages. Obviously, you want to find us your favorite spot that you find your podcasts, download, rate, review, all that good stuff. Feel free to leave an email to the show too. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you found us. That's always a good one for us to find out. We like those moments. It's like, what jackass referred you to us, knuckleheads? What's wrong with you?
We're still glad you found us anyway.
Yeah, so, just the same. I'm not saying we don't like you. We're not saying we don't like you. Buy the Fancy Rugby Geek a coffee. Obviously, this past weekend, if you weren't paying attention to him, you probably struggled if you were in multiple competitions like Ben and I are. So
I paid attention to him. I struggled anyway.
Yeah, I did too. I did too. I had a rough week in FRD, especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, so buy him a coffee. You can see is buying him a beer, which is always a way better option in my head. But hey, that's just me. I like coffee too, but so that's someplace to check out.
Web page trying to be clever. So.
Yeah, of course it is.
Wink, wink. Coffee. Yeah, okay.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Yeah. And obviously, you want to check out your tier upgrades. Restart Rugby is a huge thing, and they're supporting it through their upgrades. So make sure you grab that. Especially with all the change. Like this past weekend was rough for change and rotations.
It was.
Yuck.
And this week there may be Six Nations players coming back. So
you're gonna want that,
guys. You might not be expecting to see maybe showing their face. So the upgrades are extremely helpful to that end.
Yeah, absolutely. All of a sudden, you're not playing somebody because you didn't know they were starting. Oops. Right. And it's probably somebody important if they're playing Six Nations. So there's that thought. As always, Black Lives Matter on the show. I take it as a stance like Anthony Watson. He doesn't necessarily 100% believe in the movement itself, but the point of it is racism is wrong. And you can't. It's not enough to just be not racist. You have to be anti-racist right now. And that's where we're at. There were so many problems. They just continue to compound. Who keeps pulling the gremlins out of whatever hole they're in to let loose?
The thing is that we've allowed it as a society over the years. So this is the pushback to that really there were. It's so much easier as a society now to see things because there's internet and everyone's got cameras and so a lot of shit that was so easily swept under the rug you're no longer able to do it.
No.
And that the people who do that and try to sweep it under the rug are struggling to adapt. And the point is like now is the time to be an ally because it's now that there's always going to be racism, but the socially acceptable racism is on its certainly on its heels. And we just got to keep pushing it back as far as we can when we have the momentum.
Absolutely. No arguing out of me, man. Hey, we got a fun little thing going on this in a couple weeks here. Super Saturday Watchathon. Looks like it's alive and well too. We'll have a couple matches to fill in, which is great. Although I think we can still sneak one of those Allianz 15s games in there, and I think we're going to do that. That
would be fun.
I definitely think we're going to do that. So I'm going to look at their schedule and see what we can manage to shove in there.
Have we made it? Do we know about MLR? What the story is with that? Is that a possibility?
It'll be on likely. I gotta look up who's carrying the Free Jacks game that night.
All right,
and we'll make sure we have access to that.
Yes, we will.
So there'll be that. Obviously, the whole thing isn't just because Ben and I actually want to stay up for 24 hours straight, but we want to raise money for the Greater Boston Food Bank. So quickly, thank you to Alex, thank you to Terry, thank you to George for donating. Much appreciated. Keep them coming. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep that ball rolling. Here's the deal. I'll make you a deal. If we can hit our goal, which is pretty freaking low, we'll open up to everybody. We'll open up the stream to everybody. You don't need your $25 donation necessarily. So if we can get 100 people to donate $10, bango, everybody gets to watch Ben and I embarrass the shit out of ourselves. So that's incentive right there for you. So go ahead and get yourself on there. If you can't do it, just give something local to what you can. Everybody needs help right now. So let's keep going with it.
And especially seeing is what's happening in the U.S. now, where even Massachusetts, because we have a Republican governor too, it's just like, yeah, we're reopening, even though like the nobody under 60, like they're not even at everybody at 65, I think, or no, it's 65 or like two or more comorbidities. It's like
that's what it is. Yeah,
it's like you need to be an extreme case to even think about getting the vaccine. And we're just like, yeah, we're just going to open everything up. Just like,
the restaurant thing really bothers me. I'm just like,
all of it really bothers me.
Yeah,
it's really stupid. Like we can't wait, and Biden, this is happening just as Biden's saying, hey, we will get everybody vaccinated by the end of May, all the, every adult, which is huge. That'd be great. 2 months away.
It is.
I can wait. Like I can wait, and we've been waiting long enough. But like, why are we doing this? So yeah, it's going to be more important now than even it has been recently, because the food bank they're going to be valuable in the next coming weeks. Right. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that is a fact. Okay, let's go to some other things that are way more fun. Player movement around. Ben Bellicott headed north of the border to Scotland and taking his talents there.
Okay.
So, well, I mean, yeah, they have Dan Robson. That's
yeah. He's a backup prem scrum half. I mean, good. He's had a good quality career, and maybe he could become something more. But I think, and
he is capped by Scotland too, I believe. Right. So, makes sense for him completely. In that thought, Scott Baldwin heading to Worcester. It's funny. You think of the two guys, and Annette's there right now, and he's not terrible, but think of the two guys that they had at one point. They had both Singles and Tefete at one point, and that is a lot going out the window if you look back at it. That's
Baldwin's going to help them a lot.
Absolutely.
That's a good get for them, because they've needed something. They needed really something from the forwards, and Waller's given it from the prop position, but that's that's
he can't play every game.
Right. He can't play every game, and he's not going to play 80. And
no, he won't.
Like, he's really good for a prop means this past week he had a 15-yard
scramble. Yeah.
Like
something like that.
They need something, a big guy with some movement. Kvesic has been decent, but
he's not. Their back row's not terrible. They have
he's not slippery like Baldwin. Like Baldwin, no. Like that's an interesting dynamic to add to that mix.
Right. Yeah. And in that same breath, we had Tom Cruise sign a new contract for Wasp. So they're like, well, the hookers seem to be going everywhere, so we're keeping one of ours at least.
That's a good.
And then that does open the door for somebody like Aubrey or Barbary to shift as well. So there is that for them, because obviously Tommy Taylor's heading out towards Sale. Who else did I see re-sign this week? They also signed Ben Harris as well. Wasp did. They held on to him. So there's guys are starting to put down.
Did Louis Rees-Zammit resign? Did I see that? I saw something.
I don't know. I think it's
Gloucester re-signed someone, but I can't remember who it was.
It's a rumor. JFR got re-signed.
Well, that's always good.
Yeah, when you get re-signed,
I'm glad. I'm actually super excited for him about that. He's been bounced around, and apparently that's a good fit.
Seems to have found a home, which is always good. You want a player to find a home. You don't want him to become a journeyman if they can help it.
And he's one of the good ones. So
yeah, he's good. He's a good lad on top of it all.
I mean, props are the best anyway. So
they're entertaining. I mean, see Max Laheef and David Flatman on comms.
Oh, because. Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to that
eventually. But yeah, I do love me some flats on comms for sure.
Yeah.
really, mixed feelings and unfortunate. Rugby World Cup 2021 pushed a year. I think people are more outraged at the lack of official statement from World Rugby. It took them. I think they finally put one out, but it took them a while. Like, people were reporting this was happening before a lot of people were reporting this was happening before they finally did something. It's like, okay, like, the leak has been sprung. You might as well get your shit together and get it out there.
Like, once the leak happened, like, they should have had a statement ready to go.
Yeah, you can have a simple statement and then put out something more elaborate later.
Right, but don't just let it fester like a chili fart or something.
One of your chili farts. I have mixed feelings about this. It's, it is the right move in many ways, because we don't want, the world's in a fucking handbasket, if you haven't noticed. But I almost, you do feel, because look at all the things they're making. They're bending over backwards to make the Lions tour happen. And, and we know if this was Rugby World Cup 2023, it would happen.
Yeah, they would find a way. And yeah.
So that, to that end, it's like, okay, it makes sense, but at the same time, I'm fucking annoyed.
Well, it's also because, the players put so much into it. They're ready for it. And it's right there. And now you're going to say, no, we're going to push it back an entire year. That's, like, there's a training regimen for it, to be ready for it. And maybe they might not yet be in that. I'm not certain,
I mean, we know that the U.S. women were preparing quite heavily for it, certainly to start the year off. And I was, with everything that is going on over in England and the players that are making a huge impact, Cantorna and Kate Zachary being the two that come to mind with Exeter, like, these women were fucking pumped for this tournament, no doubt. And I think Rachel Johnson scored 2 tries this past week in our debut. Like, these women are pumped to get to this, and it's just like, nope, burst your bubble, sorry. Sucks.
It does. And it also puts other things, because there's this post World Cup stuff, and hopefully, if it does well, they could really do well to market the game on the back end of it. And now that pushes that out again, and yeah, it's just it's more than just a World Cup that's on hold. It's like, lives.
There's players that are kind of on the edge, and that's a year later, and that sucks. So it's like, there's people that that were probably planning on walking away at the end of this one, and they're like, can I really wait an extra year to do that? So they're putting some people in some really shitty decisions, unfortunately. And that sucks. So as a collective, let's try and continue to build the momentum towards this World Cup. Let's get some TV deals done so we can watch the damn thing. I'd like, I don't want to bother. I don't want to say they're going to do it, but fuck, Peacock, get off your ass. Like, do something useful for once. It
doesn't have to be, like the French TV deal.
No,
just something.
Oh God,
nice.
That is a huge deal. I do hope that means they're going to start broadcasting internationally again, because I don't know if they broadcast anywhere right now. Outside of France
right now. No, well, they don't broadcast here.
They don't come here. That's all I know.
That's really all.
They used to, and that was that was disappointing when that disappeared. So now
we've lost the top 14 and Super Rugby in 1 year, essentially.
Yeah, it's been annoying. So hopefully this new TV deal gets that back into the saddle, as it were. So it was fun. They were talking about this on the broadcast on, was it Friday? AJ McGinty, and is he the best U.S. player ever? And I was just like, ooh, we already talked about something like this, so let's do this. This is a perfect opportunity with everybody's head having this at the foreground. Although there was a lot of other things that could have clogged it up, but hey, we're not perfect. Let's do our Eagles 15, like either best or favorite or whatever. I think Lou said's got to be Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
I don't know who else you're going to put there.
I'm not. There's not really much of a.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
it's by default.
There's certain ones that are going to be by default. Absolutely, and I totally agree. Is there somebody else not Tefete that you'd put at hooker? You know, the only other one that came to mind was Hilterbrand, but he actually didn't turn out to be that good.
No, he didn't. So no.
Yeah, was it?
I'll take Joe T.
Yeah, there was another one that played for Bath for a while.
Yeah, but it's also just it's just the production that he has is it's unrivaled. I mean, like, you know, if you want to talk about quality of you know, technical aspects of being a hooker, fine. You know, maybe he's not the best at lineouts. But
loose play, he's a nightmare.
I want him on the field.
Yeah, he's a nightmare in loose play, and you know he did get a World Player nominee, so it's hard to you can't take that away from him. So,
right.
Tight heads TT, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the fun part: 4 and 5 can be one of two people, and then I'm thinking of somebody else as well. So, do you want Manoa in the back row, or do you want him in the second row?
I want him in the second row.
Okay, so Manoa's one. And then I can't think of anybody besides Peterson right now. You know, it's funny. He's started
impressive. He's just impressive.
He started out as such a helmet. Yeah. Remember the match we were watching? They were playing in, I think it was the ARC, and he was just being a complete dink. And I'm just like, what is this guy's problem?
I'm just like, he's been around Quilly too much.
And, but now he's been playing in a super professional environment at Newcastle, and he's a
mainstay on the.
He's roster. A hell of a pro. Like, yeah, it's hard to ignore him. So that leads us to the back three. And tell me if you have anything different in your head. I'm thinking Clever, Lyle, and Cam Dolan.
Definitely Clever and Lyle, obviously.
Yeah.
Does it have to be Cam Dolan? I just don't. I
mean, he's a freak, so it's really hard to say no. Like, he was a nightmare to play. I do remember teams just be there when Cam Dolan's in the lineup and he's playing 8 and not second row. The U.S. is a pain in the ass to play against, for at least for the countries that we play against. And we'll talk actually about somebody they get to play soon. So yeah, I mean, again, one of those guys might be by default, but it's where it's at.
I'll go with it.
9. I think we have to put Mike Petrie at 9.
We do.
I think we have to put
There's no others.
And I want to hate the guy because he played for Nyack, but
look, it's not for much longer though, right? I mean, it's for now.
It won't be. No. Like, I think DeHaas is going to surpass him.
Yeah, we're not that far away. I mean, it probably is the next season he plays at Saracens. What's the highest level Petrie played at outside of
Nyack? That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in the World Cup, obviously, but that's because Tolkien was the fucking coach.
Right.
But in the end, he's a terrific person. So and he wasn't bad.
It's just not.
Yeah, he's not world class by any means whatsoever.
But DeHaas has a chance to be. So.
Oh, I believe so. I believe so as well. Gary Gold was just speaking glowing about him.
I don't blame him.
Too. Yeah. 10's AJ. Mm-hmm. I tried to make it in my head work for Mike Kirkus, but I was like, nope, it's AJ. No. Forget it. I think 12, I'd go Paul Emmerich. He was a mainstay in that midfield for a while, and then he had that intercept try in New Zealand against Ireland in 2011.
Yeah,
that made it fun.
CK just hasn't. He's been.
That's the other thing. I haven't seen much of Paul, unfortunately, and we know what he can do, but it's just been like, where's Paul?
Yeah, it's been way too inconsistent.
Where's Paul? Paul, we miss you.
Yeah.
13.
I have no idea who the 13.
Yeah, I know. I mean, 12, 13 for the longest time in my head was Bryce and Paul, but I don't know. 13 is like the one problem position I'm thinking of right now.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay. Well, in that case,
I mean, Brocky does pretty. I mean,
duh! Why didn't? Yeah, that's a great 13. Holy shit! Why didn't I think of that? Because I haven't been able to watch his ass. That's why. Yes, Marcel Bracci. Yes, I totally agree. 13. But all right, here's the fun part. There's a lot going on in the wings. Mm-hmm. You have Scully, you have Taku, you have Wiles.
And you still, if you want to go old school, the leading try scorer of all time for the U.S. is via Anatoni.
Yeah, Anatoni.
Which
So
is
it's like who do you stick in there? I think Taku has to go because he's got one of the best tries ever.
Well, I mean,
to his credit,
Scully could play fullback. You could go Wild Scully talk.
Yeah. Wild's
if one was so inclined.
Wild, and without dismissing old school, I think that's the back three.
Yeah,
and then if you were to pick who you wanted as the coach right now, and there's two good ones that were recent that I would want, would it be John Mitchell or would it be Gary Gold?
See, I'm not impressed with what John Mitchell did while he was here with the outcome of it. Let's put it that way. And I think Gary Gold has the U.S. playing better rugby and more forward-thinking rugby. I think Mitchell tried to do the best he could within what the players knew.
That's true.
And Gold is pushing them to do better.
Yeah, I mean, he wants got, obviously we have the MLR now, which is huge in so many ways. and then he does want guys to push and go overseas when possible, because that's just a different experience right now. It really is. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So speaking of Dell, before we get to the matches, Eagles are going to play the Springboks.
This is ambitious.
Listen, I am so down for this. I don't care if we get tonked. I watched them get tonked before.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But the point being is, here's the thing that it could do. It could up the quality of play in MLR. Mm-hmm. Because on the table, the pot of gold that is at the end of the rainbow right now for guys that are American qualified in the MLR. If you cannot fucking spring your bum hole up, mm-hmm. to want to get on the plane to play South Africa, you need to stop playing. Right. That is the end. Okay, that is the end. Because so with that, I think
I tell you this much: there's players who want to make the national team, mm-hmm. who are shitting themselves at the prospect of making the national team. Mm-hmm. I know there's players that are like that. Maybe not so much the guys we've been talking about, but guys who may be fringe guys who. So this is a chance for those guys to either show that they won on that plane, or and other guys who might be on the fringes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
in there, because there's guys who that butthole gets mighty tight
mm-hmm.
when you face the prospect of fucking Lou Diager.
Yeah, right. Right, and even if they play a depowered team, their backup second rows are still fucking enormous.
I mean, it would be ahead of. Wouldn't it be ahead of the
a lot ahead of the Lions. So you'll see a mixed squad, I bet.
Yeah,
and that's still a fucking good team.
So what you only see one of Lud or Sneeman? Like
yeah, likely. Well, you have Antibat, you have Lud, you have Sneeman, you have it's just not. It's not fair, man. It's not fair. Oh shit. So yeah, we'll.
And by the way, if you take care of all that shit, you still have to deal with Cheslin, possibly.
Right. That's a possibility as well. And, I doubt Sia plays, but it'll be, and, they're in the same boat as the U.S. where they haven't played in forever. So they're just like, let's make this happen. And then potentially England could be on the tour too. Now this will be a depowered England because obviously they'll have guys playing with the Lions. But it's
how depowered is that going to be? I mean,
we'll find out.
Sam Simmons likely actually playing in that match?
I mean, he might play if he plays in that match. I'm going to just
O'Dogwu's going to play in that match. They got to get him capped.
They got to get him capped. They got to get Harry Randall capped.
Yep. There's guys that are going to play that are just going to be like, hey, I'm better than you.
Yeah, and they will be. No doubt. Oh, yeah. So it's a prospect that should just ramp up this competition and should make you go, ooh, this could be fun. I need to perform this season. There's some fringe guys that just came in the news this week. Ballman, he signed for Legion. He's on the fringe. I don't have a whole lot of place for him right now because he has not done well. Langluski
wasn't he like early? Wasn't he like really young? Didn't he get like a look?
Probably
when he was like, he's been with the Eagles since he was like a puppy, and he never impressed me. I was always I think it was him. Was it him? No, maybe it wasn't him. Ballman's the guy with he's the one with the
He is
hair.
the eastbound and down looking dude.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm not talking about him. I like Bauman. He's a journeyman type, but yeah, I like him.
Yeah, well, he
I was thinking of someone else.
Played for Leicester for a hot minute too.
That makes sense. He has got the hair for it.
Right? Yeah, and Wengluski, who plays for Atlanta, I think he's another one that got sent to the World Cup, and he, cool. He made the team. He never looked like he belonged. So this is a chance this year. He needs to prove he belongs. So I think he'll do fine in MLR, but it's just a matter of can he up his game and say, no, I'm not going to just do fine in MLR. I'm going to dominate every freaking scrum I'm in. So guys like that need to just show their class, and they'll be on the plane. So very interesting stuff. Speaking of England, we got another one to talk about real quick. Six Nations round 3. Unfortunately, we did not see France and Scotland, although apparently Galtier's been exonerated of all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything being looked into about the players. He was the key that they were looking into. So okay. I don't know. I'd heard things about the players, but I don't know if those were accurate.
What if Galtier tried to throw himself onto the bus to protect them?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
There's worse.
I'm trying to give the guy a good look. I don't know what to do with any of this.
Yeah. So they are trying to reschedule the last match at the end of the competition. So that kind of sucks, but competition may be well undecided by then.
Yeah,
so we'll find out.
It might be.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Wales have to lose at least one. Well, no, 2, right? Because they beat Scotland.
They beat Scotland.
So yeah, Wales would have to lose twice, and
yeah, well, they'd have to at least, if they lose to France, that could be an issue.
Yeah, but don't they still have Italy to play?
Wales are playing Italy next, I believe.
Yeah, so it could be wrapped up this week.
Yeah, but if they beat France, then that's the end.
Right. Oh, that's true, because that's true. Because it would be. I'm just saying for Scotland's sake. They'd be out. Then it's basically just Wales versus France.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it leaves an interesting triangle at the end. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. But anyway, Six Nations, Ireland and Italy. I don't have a ton to say about this one. Varney got dropped, and it felt like the fucking air went out of the match.
That was it. That was really it. They just had nothing. Braley is not the same quality.
After they were willing to bring Braley in from the stands to start over Palazzani, I don't know what that says about Palazzani.
Yeah.
But
even when Palazzani came in, he actually gave him a spark. Maybe he's just not ready to play
full starting match. Yeah.
Right.
Maybe.
So Braley can just eat up the clock, unfortunately, which he did.
Right. And just ill-disciplined all over from Italy. And,
Can we, I just want to point out the awesomeness of Johan Meyer.
He was the bright spot.
He was it.
It's funny when we do these competitions of like Six Nations and World Cup in fantasy, the forwards are actually where you can find some hidden gems that you don't need to burn, players from the bigger countries. And Meyer would be an example of that. So yeah, just, something to keep in mind out there for when we come back around to like a World Cup fantasy, or even this year in the Six Nations. Like, he's totally worth playing in your Six Nations TRM team right now. I think his last couple of matches are 30 odd and 20 odd. So
yeah,
he's a thumbs up for me.
He was on my team this week. So
nice.
I was that. Yeah. Although I captained Morrow.
You can't. Wow, I thought I screwed up when I captained Tig Byrne.
Yeah, I know I captained Morrow, and
it sounds like you and a lot of people though. So
got a 0.
Yeah, oof.
That was helpful.
Yeah, he was getting penalties left and right. But yeah, it's just this is Ireland taking over, and the thing that they can do well is suffocate the shit out of you, and then just take advantage from there.
I mean, they just got they were just on the front foot the whole time. And that's them. They're good when they have to dig their heels in, but Italy never really forced them to dig their heels in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ireland was always heels up, ready to go.
Yeah, tails up, feet forward, all that good shit.
Everything up.
Yep. Although I do want to give a tip of the slipper to Traore, who bumped Stander. I was like, "Who did you just bump?" And I was like, "That was CJ Stander. That's not a nobody. That's pretty good." So I'll give him that.
I've heard nothing but good things about this kid, and I think this is our first opportunity to actually see him.
Yeah. You look good.
Did not disappoint. I want to see more of him. Why wasn't he playing earlier?
I don't know.
We didn't talk about the one thing that Italy. Shit! Who's their tight head who just signed with the Saracens?
Oh yeah, Riccioni.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, coming to the series.
I'm excited about that. He looked. In the past, he's been like a guy who I've just not. I don't like when guys are all tatted up and then they suck. And that had been Riccioni for a while, and he showed. I thought he played very well this weekend.
Yeah, he's a tough nut to crack.
So now I'm excited for the cycle. I'm excited for him to come to Saracens, and I'm excited for Saracens to make him better.
Yeah, that's the one thing I will say. Like, when teams like Italy, countries like the U.S., so on and so forth, they hear they're going a player, even Scotland, like they hear a player is going to a big name like Exeter, like the Saracens. They're like, ooh, I like this. You go there and you stay there for a little while, please. We
will hold the fort for you.
Get some playing time there because it's only going to help you. So yeah, definitely guys like Franco Smith are going to be very excited to see Riccioni go into a place like Saracens. All right, let's do it. Let's go to it. Wales, England. Wales 40, England 24.
Nothing really of note in this
match. Wayne Barnes refereed this one, right?
Oh no. I'm pretty sure the referee was French. Yeah.
Oh, that shit. Reynald did the other one too.
I will say this. He got shit on unnecessarily. It was bad. There's a lot of bad shit around this game and bad energy around this game.
Yeah, the rugby world showed its arse big time with this game. Everything,
every part of it, even
shame,
even into the post game, and we'll get to that. But and the after the post game, it just kept getting worse.
It got worse and worse and worse.
And like, because here's the thing. And that pisses me off because it started with something that was actually innocent. The Josh Adams try. That fair fucking play.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've seen the Squidge video yet, but he did a really good job with it, breaking down the timing of it. And also relative to other matches where he's like, look, from the time that Gozaire tells Owen Farrell to have a word. And then to the time that he blows play on is over 9 seconds. And he's like, in other matches, like this team got 3 seconds and this team didn't get any. It was like they didn't call time off at all. He just said, have a word. And then,
usually you're left to yell, discipline, boys, discipline. That's all you can do.
That's all you like. What the hell do you need more than that? And they brought water boys on, like nobody.
Yeah, that's on both.
That's on you. Like, you don't. They just assumed that that Wales were kicking for points.
And that is the other and Wales had some water carries on too. But yeah, like, don't assume shit. Like, and like they had not declared a damn thing,
right?
And we are under referees are under the cosh to get these games moving, not fuck around.
Right.
So to Gozaire's credit, and I am not going to credit a Frenchman lightly. He's like, fuck it, let's keep going.
Yeah. and it was even the Dan Bigger was like, just let me know when time is on. Like, that's all. It was just a simple request. Please let me know when time is on.
Yeah.
And Gozaire's like, hey, you know what? Why isn't time on? Like, the way he said it made Gozaire like think like, oh yeah, that's a good point. Fuck, we're all ready to play, right? All right.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, time's on.
No, he's down.
Yeah, and Squidge actually did a good job of showing how some of the players were fucking off and some of them weren't. The short side, the left side of the defense, they like, it was Johnny May or Elliot Daly was sprinting, and nobody was going out the other way. And it's like, so half your team has their head out of their ass, but it's the wrong half of your team. Yeah,
it was the wrong half that ran in the wrong direction.
Right.
So yeah.
Good on Wales for spotting that, and Faz throws away any remaining hope of the Lions captaincy by just melting down to the ref about it. And I get it, you're pissed, but don't be pissed at him. He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I don't know who
that,
the fuck Gatlin's gonna pick for that anyway. So
yeah, exactly. Well, then there's a Toje who definitely pissed it away.
Yeah, he got hard done by a couple of calls.
But
I will say,
I mean,
but there were a couple that I was like, that's really avoidable. Don't.
I mean, when you have like 3 penalties in the first 5 minutes or something like that.
That's not great. No.
At that point, you can't really claim to be too hard done the rest of the match. The referee is just going to be like, that guy doesn't play within the rules.
So yeah, he's already got it in his head like this guy's screwing around.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm all for somebody that can posterize George Ford.
Yeah, so that was good too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, then the knock.
To England's credit though, after that try, they came back. They got points.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed some fight, but then they fucking went and lost their heads completely in the last 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But so the knock. Oh. Yeah. This was for me. It was a knock.
Okay. Here's how I find this a very nuanced situation because there were 2 other instances this weekend of similar plays. One was Crusaders Blues. Mitch Hunt hits the ball forward and then reaches his palm out and knocks it backward, like slaps it backwards. Okay, he's played it back. There's nobody ever questions that. That's a played backwards ball. Then there's the Ollie Thorley, which
he did the same thing.
Watch it, but he backhanded it. So to me, it's like there's no chance of him actually playing it or controlling it. He's just swatting at it. I
think Pierce was blocked, so it didn't help.
Right. In this case, the final act of LRZ touching that ball, he kicks it backwards, or it goes backwards. Now he can't control that, but I mean, I don't know. He's fucking magical with his feet. But it's up to interpretation. Like it's leaving it up to the interpretation of the referee, and the referee is French, so he's gonna, even though it's a knock on, he's going to say, "Well, it happens, and it knocked backwards, so play on, play." Like,
And Liam Williams was Johnny on the spot and just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna score this thing," and on the off chance that we get it, great,
right?
Like, so he beat everybody to the foot race.
Yeah, was he right to rule it a play on? No, that wasn't. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yes, he was right to rule a play on because he ruled it play on the field, but it was a knock. Let's all be honest.
There was in the other 2, there was at least somewhat element of control of what they were doing with the ball, even if it wasn't super controlled.
Right.
LRZ had no idea what he was doing. Right. He's like, I have no idea what's going on right now, but it happened. Right. So yeah.
Hey, the kid's living a very, very pretty
life. He's definitely living a charmed life right now. Good Lord.
Charmed is better.
Yeah, good Lord. So to England's credit,
but then the Kieran Hardy quick tap. Like,
oh man,
after that, how was Elliot Daly going to sleep on that?
Everybody went to sleep on that.
Like, oh, I'm just gonna walk away. Like, literally turns his back on the ball.
Yeah, there were some real hammer-headed penalties that they gave away in that second half for sure. The Johnny Hill penalty where you swung around and I didn't know what my arm was doing. Johnny, you knew exactly what you were doing. That was way too easy. I think that was the first Sheedy penalty, and I was just like, yep. And here you go, like too many dumb penalties in a row, like.
And the referee at that point is looking. You're not in his good graces.
No, you got to be perfect at that point.
Boneheadery.
Yeah, and it's the same problem with their attack. They have 2 playmakers on the field that are supposed to open it up, and they don't really open it up. The few times they opened it up, they had good things happen.
Yeah,
and they got into good positions, and then they fucking went into a shell.
Or Daly had dick hands, which happened.
Yeah, feet for hands, dildo hands. And then just the gotta put some love on Callum Sheedy for having the balls to get all 3 penalties without even blinking.
Yeah,
he's like, I got this, guys.
And more than that, he's
played well.
He played extremely well.
He's played really well since he's So, I mean, since he came into the squad in the fall, but especially here in this competition, he's played really well.
I think I've mentioned it before. There are some guys who like they play at a higher level and they're like, oh, this is how I do things. Okay, now I get it. And then they just fucking torch. And he seems to be one of those types.
Yeah, he's got it covered. He's really done well. And the Corey Hill charge just iced it. I was like, that's game.
And
so where did what?
The other thing is that Wales, they're freezing out England's line out. Like England only had 5 lineouts in the match.
Yeah, they were smart because they know England's lineout is going to be way too easy for them.
And Squidge actually had the stat. Last year's Six Nations, there were only 3 tries that England scored that did not come after a lineout. And like 1 was a scrum and 2 were like interceptions or something, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's
well, they did their homework because they didn't kick it directly to touch at all.
The one time it went to touch was on a box kick that bounced. That's the only time that Wales kicked it out of hand that it went to touch.
Went to touch, yep. So credit to them. They did their homework and they understood what they were up against. And credit to Kieran Hardy for playing a pretty damn good match. Even it started off shaky by getting charged down by Morrow and almost giving away a try, but responded well and got his own try.
It's like, welcome to the show, kid. Like,
yeah, that was definitely a welcome to the show. Good Lord.
Morrow's going to do that.
Yeah,
watch out for him.
He did it a lot. So that was the thing. Yeah. Like he's done it a lot the last 3 weeks. So
you cannot have a slow, relaxed box kick. It's got to be on.
It's got to be snappy and gone.
Up and gone.
Yep, it's going to be gone. So credit to the Wales. They came into the Six Nations being dogged pretty hard. And they responded
by us too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are not innocent in any way, shape, or form. No way. Yeah, absolutely. By everybody. The only people that probably believed this weren't even Welsh. It was maybe it was just the Welsh camp, but that was it. So to their credit, that was good. That was good for them.
Is this the end of the line for Eddie? Not right now, but after the Six Nations.
I don't know. I don't know how
I don't know how you go on with this man.
I don't know how you beat France. That's the thing for them. And if you lose 3 games in a Six Nations, here's the thing. And I remembered this a while ago. After this match, there was one Six Nations that was awful for England under Eddie. It was his second one. They were riddled with injuries, and riddled with injuries. Still, he was with some decent players,
right?
But there was some pretty key cogs missing. And I'm like, and they got tonked. They got tonked for most of the Six Nations. So with the exception of, I think, Italy. So to that, this is not that team. And they're going to probably lose 3 matches.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be shocked if Ireland figured it out.
Oh, Ireland aren't playing terribly.
I won't be shocked if they figure it out. And if they lose to either of the next 2 opponents, I don't know how you keep going with Eddie. Like you're 2 years out, you're in the exact time frame that you can manage,
right,
to replace a coach.
And who do you like? Really, are you really gonna go into the World Cup with fucking Ben Youngs and George Ford? Are you really gonna do that?
You're not. You shouldn't.
So why are they like the selections don't make sense? The outcomes make sense based on the selections. So. Like, how can you there's certain guys that I'm just like, I've seen enough of them at this level and they're not it, though the guys I mentioned there, Johnny May, what are they like? He had that nice finish, but other than that,
he didn't even finish this match.
No, I mean the nice finish at
earlier. Yeah.
In a different match. But in Italy, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You dove over the line against Italy. Yeah. I would expect any man wearing 11 for England to be able to do that. That's a play that you should be making if you're an England winger. That doesn't give you any special credit. It's the plays that he's not making in that jersey that
should worry you,
are problematic. And there's plenty of people in reserve there. So I'm unimpressed with a lot of the team, and I
think a lot of
Eddie's
people
sticking with them. Eddie's sticking with him because they're his guys, and that's not a good way to coach.
No, No. And I get having a core group of guys, but a core group is like 5 guys,
You
not
need the right group, right?
not 15.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, yeah, Eddie, or Jamie George and Luke Cowan-Dickey are your core hookers. Nobody will question you. Nobody's second guessing you there.
No, not there.
The props, I don't think anybody's second guessing the props.
No, I think Sickler and Mako are exactly the 2 guys you need right now.
And even the backups, right? They're perfectly fine.
Yeah, Genj. Yeah, and for the people that fucking harass Genj, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like for the people that were harassing Genj and sending death threats, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, please come out from behind your keyboard, you sackless piece of shit. Let's go.
And
God.
Then, and then the locks. I mean, right now, even Itoje, this last match notwithstanding, and Johnny Hill, who you won over those two, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're on form.
Into the flankers, and you get in the flankers, and you're like, the
back row starts to get a little funny. Curry played better this match. He was a little bit more active and did a lot of good things. Made a couple of bad moves too, but
I'm still not impressed overall. He's better, but I mean, I would much rather see Zach Mercer in that 7 jersey right now.
Oof, there's a lot.
I know he plays 8, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you could stick him at 7 totally.
Right.
And when
put Don Brand at 6,
they used to put Mercer at 7 and Falatau at 8 at Bath.
Yeah,
it was
right.
There's no problem there.
Right. And then Dom at 6 and Simmons at 8. And fuck, I'm taking that. Mm-hmm. Like I don't really have much time for Curry and I love the guys. I love Mark Wilson.
Wilson, yeah.
But if you're gonna give me the option of him or Dom, I'm taking Dom, and I'm not.
Yeah, right now. And I would be okay with Mercer being in reserve, but not Mercer.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Wilson in reserve. But
I'd still like Underhill, but shit.
Yeah, he's broken right now.
He's broken. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, like it's just that. So Eddie, bleh. Can we talk about to take it over for one more thing?
Yeah.
The post game interview and the reaction afterwards.
It was perfectly fine with what she did.
I disagree. I think she did a very bad job, but that doesn't mean she gets to be abused.
She asked a similar question about 2 different incidents. There's nothing wrong with that.
She asked 3 questions. She only asked 3 questions, and the 3 questions she asked,
usually that's all
she
you get.
Knew she was getting no answer to them. So
you never know. Owen was pretty hot.
He was hot, but after the first one, that's it. You get 1 to test the waters, and then after that, ask some sort of insight. She got no insight out of it, and she knew she was after the first question. She knew she wasn't going to. So just no, poor job. It turned into harassment.
I'm all right. I'm all right with her asking those questions. I have no problem with that. If Farrell can't withstand 2 questions about 2 different incidences,
it's not about can he stand it. It's still bullying, right?
It's not bullying.
It's absolutely bullying.
He's not bullying him. Give me a break.
She's asking him questions in order to provoke him. She's bullying him. It was bad.
He had to know it's coming.
No, that's not an excuse.
She's not an excuse to everybody wanted to know what he thought about those 2 incidences. Everybody wanted to. I wanted to. You wanted to. Everybody wanted to.
We know he can't give us his honest thoughts, so it's not fair to put him in that position. So, and she knew it, and so she fucked up. But the harassment she took for it was way out of line. Way.
Notwithstanding, that's bullshit, guys. Yeah. Like, fuck you all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll agree to disagree on that one. All right, let's go Super Rugby because that was still fun. Even though the freaking penalties, we saw this last year with Super Rugby with Acharoa round 1. Lots of penalties. It got fixed. It got fixed. It happens. Although, week 1, you just get ill-disciplined. That happens.
Although yes, ill-disciplined. How did Moody not get carded?
I don't know. It's because it's Ben O'Keefe.
the open, I guess open fist, but he's hitting him with the palm, that ball of his fist.
Moody knew what he was doing. He's like, I'm not hitting you with my fist because I know I'm going to get sent off if I do that.
But that maybe that works the once, but would you throw like 4 or 5?
Yeah, he threw a few of them.
Like at some point, you got to be like, yeah, you're just striking him for no reason, like literally for no reason. Like he's at that point just defending himself from you by trying to hold you away, and you're still swatting at him. Like, no, just leave him alone and nothing. Yeah, should have been carded, but O'Keefe.
Yeah, but and this was a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks to our unnamed benefactor for hooking us up with some 2-row action. By the way, Highlanders Crusaders. This was it was competitive for a long time, and then the Crusaders did their usual thing and figured it out because that's what they do.
Alimalo, the former chief, did a very good job of keeping Crusaders off the board a few times. Out of the
he's not bad.
Did some excellent work on defense, but you can only do so much.
Yeah,
against
there's only so much you're gonna be able to handle.
Reese.
Yeah, Reese is not bad at all. He's just a monster. He's not nice. There was a lot going on in this match, really. We had Will Jordan drop late. That didn't help anybody at all.
Well, unless you're playing against him in fantasy.
Right. But I'm sure the Crusaders weren't exactly excited to find that one out. But it was, it's pretty. This was a pretty good game for the most part. Connor Garden Bashop got over. Frizzell with that seed from Aaron Smith. I was like, that was on a line. Yep. If you were an alert to that, you were going to get it right in the beak and probably break your nose. Like, God.
You didn't catch that as much as absorb it.
Yeah. Protected himself.
Yeah. Like, not in the face.
Not the face. Oh, man. It was a fucking seed. My goodness. And some guy named Cody Taylor is pretty good, too.
He's all right.
Yeah.
He's all right.
That was a hell of a line he ran too. I was like, oh wow, that guy's gone. Didn't he get that ball from Whitelock?
I don't recall.
I think so.
I didn't make note of it.
I was like, that's not like a 10 handing him that ball. That was a freaking lock. This is just mean. It's just mean. So yeah, Crusaders figured it out. 26-13 over the Islanders. Jeez. Oh man. And then over to the Hurricanes. Yuck for my Hurricanes. Good Lord.
Yeah, that was
lots of bad, super ill-disciplined all the way around. The Hurricanes were, and they just put it in the referee's mind that they were going to be committing penalties all day, and that's basically what he decided to do: penalize them all day. A couple of cards, like was not good.
No, but Dane Cole's replasement,
Amua,
he can scoot a little bit.
Yeah, he did quite well.
Shot out of a cannon and just like
zoom,
and literally like a bowling ball knocking over pins because nobody held him down. He just boom, and then falls, and then all right, I'll just get back up and just get over the line.
Yeah, it was like he threw a strike.
Yeah,
who bowled the strike?
That was Almua. Okay,
yeah, that was a good job from him. But I mean, really, the rest of the match, it's tough for the Hurricanes. I'm actually looking at the lineup right now, and I'm wondering who are going to be their match winners this year. Artie's a Superman right now, but he's only going to be able to do so much. So they're going to need some guys to step up. Peter Amaga Jensen didn't start this match. I think he will next match. That's only to my judgment. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Dewey didn't play this match. Here's the thing: they used to have some decent second rows, and one guy was a guy that used to play for Worcester. Once upon a time, last year, got hurt unfortunately. Fatty Lofa was awesome for them, and Sam Lousy was pretty good, and now they're down to like nothing. Like Scrafton, who's actually probably going to be out because he turned the shit out of his ankle. If you didn't see it coming down from a line out, I was like, yeah, that's not good. That's broken.
I didn't see what happened there.
I bet it's broke. So
that sucks.
Yeah, so he's done. I don't know if they're going to find any purchase from the second row right now. Obviously, Almu is going to provide that along with Coles in the front row. And then the back row, like, I don't know who's really Dewey. If he stops being a bonehead, he can help, but he needs to stop being stupid. And then Artie. And the back line's got a lot, but the forwards need guys to step up. Because I look across the way, and that's a mean front row with the Blues. Back and forth, like Lay, Tuanukwafe, Tuangafasi, Nepo Lalala's there now. Like, that's a mean front row. There's no messing around with that. So I don't know. I think this could be a rough year for the Hurricanes.
But then you also, even the Tui Palatu at lock, just a beast. And certainly
that back row is just nasty. That back row was just not fun.
Papali'i with the early try.
Yeah. Fucking the two dunderheads that were involved in that, Blackwell and Flanders. I was like, what are you two doing? Like, and I think Fafita was in there too. Like, what are you knuckleheads doing?
Just either, if you can't kick deep to touch, then just hold the fort. Don't try to throw up. Oh, you threw the pass.
Yep. And you fucked it up.
And it's done.
Oh, so that was pretty awful. But to the Blues' credit, they absolutely took advantage of every single thing they possibly could and did not miss. So good. I mean, Parafet, the Ioane try at the end was just the dagger. I was just like, that's the end.
Yeah. That was I think that's what I wrote too. Oh no, it was the the Parafet. Yep. Because then and then Reiko.
Just kind of sealed the deal. I was like, all right, we can maybe get a bonus point out of this. Right, nope, never mind. So Blues pick up right where they left off, 31-16 over the Hurricanes, and I am licking my wounds. That's for damn sure. Yuck. That was not fun. All right, let's go to the Prem. Friday night we had Sale and Exeter, and this is what happens when you play AJ.
Yeah.
And you can hit kicks. You can hit kicks when they're given to you. Like, he's hitting basically anything that's inside the 10. Mm-hmm. And that provides value, last I checked.
It certainly did on Friday. That's for damn sure.
Right. They need every point.
Yeah. And
shoo.
And on the other side, though, I did like our text exchange, which was you asked what didn't Sam Simmons do today? And my response was, he didn't win the game. And that's
really not what else could he do? What else could he do?
I honestly, the only thing he could have done would be to have caught that last line out and just said, fuck everybody, all you fuckers out of my
move out of the way. I'm taking this in myself.
Right. That's literally all he could have done. And
I know.
And it's not so. I'm not putting the game on him because he was really the only one who showed up,
right,
outside of his brother and.
Sam and Joe Simmons had a good game finally.
Yeah,
we've been waiting on that one. It's really tough to. Yeah, it's tough to say that. We saw the return of the Lude this week too.
We did, and he played okay.
Yeah, he played all right. He looks pretty fit. He looks like he's ready to roll. Look out.
17 tackles.
Jeez, how many allows did he win? Like every one of them, but
6. Yeah,
it's pretty good. That's pretty good. Last I saw,
38 meters and a clean break. Like, he
not bad.
Did lock stuff. Good for him.
Yeah, good on him. That's the stuff you need out of your lock. Was that first try not a forward pass? Did I miss something where if the ball starts behind the line and ends up in front of the line, it's not forward?
Did we have a French referee in this match?
No, we didn't. I don't remember who the hell the ref was, but it wasn't good.
Yeah, no, good. That was, and then the team, they were even didn't they look at it? I thought they did, but I don't think they looked at it. I don't think they looked at that pass. I think they looked at other stuff. I thought, I can't remember either way. They didn't even give it a look. That particular pass a look. Otherwise it would have been
disallowed probably. And then we saw another red card, unfortunately. At least I think that was the only red card we saw this weekend. No,
it was.
Okay, so
that I recall.
We're fixing things here slowly. And Yandel knew. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that drives me absolutely batshit nuts about John Ross. Like, Jack Yandel is getting a red card and he knows it, and he just takes his medicine and walks off. John Ross has clearly committed infractions, and at every fucking turn when the referee's whistling against him, he's like, oh, I don't know what I did. It's like, you absolutely know what you did, you jackass.
Jono, I seem to recall there was a penalty late in the game on him that the referee looked like he was going to his pocket. And I think the only reason that he didn't was because he's like, if I give him a yellow, it's got to be a red too. And I think he decided he didn't want to red card Jono Ross. Lucky boy. It's like, that was a yellow, but I'm not going to make it a red because blah, blah. And it's like, no, fucking, that's Jono Ross. He give him
he needs another red.
He needs another red because he's a dick.
Yes, he is
a dick multiple times. Then, especially when you're on a yellow and you're a dick again.
Yep.
Yeah,
you dick.
Like, get out of my fucking game.
Yeah, no shit, right.
Sorry, Anton. I love most of you guys, but some of you guys, but Johnny Ross is
That's not one of them.
Not on the list.
That's not one of them.
He's a dick.
Yeah. Bristol Leicester. Thoughts?
Leicester looked very Worcester.
Yeah, you did say that. That's quite accurate. Yeah, they get close and then they poop themselves.
Right. They didn't really threaten much beyond the 3 penalty kicks. Like, those were off of like, hey, they did something. Oh, well, no, okay, well, at least they got a penalty out of it. Like, that was basically there. That's Leicester's game right there.
Yeah, right. That was the summation of it, pretty much.
And Bristol also, the first half played a pretty Worcester match. It's just that they kind of got over. They sorted it out for just a few minutes in spurts, and that was enough.
Yeah, just had enough. Just had enough quality in there.
Yeah, like, definitely a letdown game for Bristol.
Yeah, they should have got a bonus point out of this.
Yeah,
and they didn't.
But luckily they were playing a team that just sat everybody.
Yeah, I think Borthwick said, "All right, we're losing this game. I'm just going to park everybody."
Right, and play some players who get some time.
Get some time.
I will say that Maroney.
Non-dump
tackle. Fuck yes, great job, man.
Yeah,
he got carded later, but
he realized what was going on. He's like, oh, this is going to end badly. I need to correct this.
And so he showed some goddamn common courtesy for the guy on the other team.
Yeah, like, don't let him land on his head. Don't let him land on his head.
Right. And he let him on his head, but he lowered him onto his head. So
it was a slow, like, all right, here's a gentle touchdown. Do not kill yourself, please.
Did the ref go over and thank him or something? Like,
something like that afterwards.
Good job. Like, good. That's appropriate player and refereeing and all that stuff.
All that good stuff. Yeah.
That's the kind of rugby we want to see.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to see something potentially foul, like,
make
it not foul play. How about that? It's not that hard.
Yeah, let's try not to do that. Newcastle and Quins. Tough game. Probably one of the better ones of the weekend.
Yeah. I think wasn't somebody mentioning that they were going to play Tyrone Green because they thought he might be coming due.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah. Damn, he's fast. I can see why you were talking about him.
Yeah, I was disappointed that he hadn't played much, but man, I hope they keep playing him. That was pretty good.
Or is that just that Harlequins 14 jersey is blessed at the moment?
It might be both of those. I don't know.
Louis Lina, when he throws that jersey on, is something else.
It seems to be a Superman too. Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, Green. That I loved that his first try off the line out.
Just cut through the parting of the seas.
but they ran a crossing play. So they had Baldwin. They had the jumper, catch at the top, pop it down.
Right.
Baldwin going one way, the scrum half going the other, as in the scrum half showing like he's going down the channel.
Right.
And the pop goes to Baldwin, who just sprints towards the center of the field, and all the defense is like, "Oh, hooker, we're gonna have to run for him," and then fucking.
Here comes Tyrone Green.
Green just cuts right behind him, and it's like, well, that's just a great play. You distract, you pull the gunner away, you make him think that he's got to look the other way, and you just run right to where you pulled him from.
100%.
Excellent structure for that. And but then the second one was just all him because he's fucking good.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's gone, isn't he? Yes, he is. He's gone. Damn. Yeah, he's tough. He's a tough bugger. Good to see Callum Chick back for the Newcastle Falcons. That was a piece that they probably were very, very happy to be back. That 8 jersey, I think, is talk about blessed jerseys. I think that 8 jersey for Newcastle seems to be pretty blessed. Yeah, Conan with the spot start played all right. Yeah, this was a gritty performance from Newcastle, and a couple weeks off. I'm sure they were happy to just get out there and play.
Yeah,
could
actually hit someone and do rugby things.
Right. And here's hoping that I don't know what the news is on him, but man, I hope Adam Radwan's okay, because that was not fun. I'm
hoping for one of two scenarios, and hoping it's not the third. So that did not look like. Yeah, I this is one I think I texted you about on Saturday because I was giving you like tips on what to watch and what to look out for.
Something not to watch.
And I was like, at about 60 minutes in, don't watch the replay. And then,
I saw it live. I was like, ooh, that's not good. I saw it as I was watching it. I was like, oh, that I don't need to see the replay of that because I know it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
That went the wrong direction.
Yeah, that was not good.
Oopsie. But the Falcons win and kind of get back to it. Quinn's lose for the first time. I thought Marcus Smith was going to be Superman, and it didn't quite work out.
No.
And be able to lead him over the victory, but
so close.
So close yet so far. All right, let's go to real quick. Loss Irish much here?
I think I recall mentioning about the scene of the crime from last year. This match was basically the same match as the opening weekend of last year, when Irish walked into the Rico and walked out with a win. That was like an ugly win, but a win.
Win just the same.
There it is.
Yeah, Hassel Collins over. Good for him. Tom Willis still pretty good.
Not bad.
Good on that boy.
Not bad.
Nope, not bad at all. Yeah, just a sloppy one all around. Tough to, and then just the penalty at the end for Blair Cowan, just rescuing the game because they easily could have knocked over the door at that point.
Yeah.
But yep, Blair Cowan to the rescue.
But of course, it's going to end in a penalty. It was just one of those matches that was going to, like, the team was going to get close to winning and then fuck it up again, and that was it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Gloucester Worcester. Jeez.
So my thoughts on Gloucester Worcester are, Worcester figured out that if they don't pass the ball, if Nick David just catches a kick and runs
wherever he wants to,
and then scores, that's the way they're going to score. Because the only other score that the match was a penalty try. So they only got over once, and that's the only way they scored.
Nick David's pretty good too. So
pretty good. Not really much of a match. Gloucester were pretty much in control, other than that. I mean, they were scoring on their yellow card, and it was not good for Worcester.
No, it was less than great. 12 trees got over.
I'm sorry. Gloucester gave up the yellow in the penalty try because for Balmain, and then on the yellow card period, they scored 2 tries, so they actually won the whole fucking deal anyway. There,
right?
How fucking Worcester?
Yeah, very, very Worcester. Very, very. Worcester.
Even Chris Ashton gets Worcester.
God, he was scoring the try before he even had it in his hand.
Worcester, it's Worcester. It
gets in your blood.
Your head. Yeah.
I was like, Ashy, what are you doing, man?
And we had Kyle Moilbum.
Yeah,
that's it.
Kyle Moilbum. We did have some Scott Barrett bum too in the Crusaders match.
I didn't see that.
Oh, his drawers were down, dude. Like he was trying to fix them on the field. I was like, "Oops, you got to pull those shorts up, big guy." And then probably if in the league, if it wasn't the Friday night match, I think this was the match of the weekend.
I guess
Northampton and Bath. That was a hell of a fucking effort from the Bath men.
From the young Bath men.
A lot of them.
Tom James gets 2.
That's Northampton.
I'm sorry.
That was Northampton.
Oh, sorry, I thought that's where we were going.
Northampton and Bath.
Yeah, that's all right. I missed something.
Yeah, you did. It's okay.
Where'd we go? Where am I? Where should I be?
You crossed the street there. We were talking about Bath, and then you start talking about Northampton players.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because fucking Northampton were awesome. At least those 2.
Right until the end.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because I thought the best, really Bath, it was really bringing on Ben Spencer and Rory McConaughey.
Scory returns. He played pretty well when he got off. The bench.
Northampton came out 19. Like they had almost a bonus point. They almost scored the fastest bonus point in the Prem this season. So it's like, that's why I was talking about Northampton, because this is the only time to talk about Northampton.
Yeah,
it was Tom James scoring 2 and Freeman getting over 3, and then
they didn't see the try line again.
Right, and then Spencer and McConaughey and someone else.
A guy named Zach Mercer.
Oh, him, yes. I forgot about him. I had Eddie Jones syndrome.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, God. Yeah, this poor I mean, Mercer, go make your money in France, dude.
Yeah,
like he got put on the bench for a potential cap, and Eddie didn't bring him on. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, same thing with like George Martin this past weekend. Belong nowhere on that bench, but if you're going to put him on the bench, like what the fuck?
Yeah, and and it's not as though your players out there were doing so fucking hot.
No shit.
Why not? Fuck, Eddie. Yeah.
Yep. Eddie, are you okay?
No, that's why you got to
definitely not. Definitely, the word is definitely not.
And of course, we got to mention Reese Priestland, smashing records.
Yeah, Wilkinson level records.
Yeah,
that's no small feat.
And and adding, like, it wasn't just that he broke it; he broke it, and then he kept kicking.
Yep.
Yeah, and talk about we talked about Sheedy having some clangers, Priestland in that position, massive clangers on those.
No problem.
Some of them weren't easy kicks. It's not as though they were, and even the easy ones when you're under pressure like that they're not easy.
Right. Yeah, it was no problem for Reese. He's just like, yep, another day at the office, no problem. And we have to, he's not had a great season, but I have to talk him up. But Spencer with the tackle on Big T to save the try. I was like, that is a big man. And Spencer is not a big man. And he just said, whatever.
Right. Well, for a 9, Spencer's pretty large. So
that's true.
But still, yeah.
It's Nairavoro.
It's Nairavoro.
That's not a nobody.
Yeah.
Good on the boy.
That was an effort. And that. Eddie, are you watching?
Yeah, no shit, right?
Good.
Yeah. Big fella's back. It was a very entertaining game all around.
It was.
So
all the way to the end. So it was tight.
That was worth the watch.
All it was going to take was one penalty, either way, to really to set it, and didn't it go into extra minutes? I can't. Or no, they kicked. They stole it right at the end and
and just hoofed it out.
Yeah.
Yep, that was the end.
So. But yeah, certainly squeaky bum time.
Yeah, good on Bath they've continued to bounce pretty well here since that win against
They're what, 3 in a row now?
Yeah, they're on 3 in a row now against since that win against Sale. So
that's the streak.
Good on for them. Good one.
I think that's what they call
I'm
it.
Sure. Yeah, something like that. I think Stuart Hooper is feeling pretty good about that now. All right. Roll it over. You can see me rolling. Start set.
Start set. Am I going first?
I believe you are up.
All right. So where am I?
Better up.
Start sets. Chiefs, Highlanders. My Chiefs.
Yes, your Chiefs.
For the Chiefs, you want they're more back based, especially considering that we're not going to get Bashir this match. So really start, Weber, Gatlin, Nane Saturo, ALB, and Wainui. That they'll get opportunities because whatever the score is, they'll be giving them the ball. For the Highlanders, Frizzell should have some space to run through, and again, Kane will be out there, but no Bashir. I think that gives Frizzell a good amount of space. Same for Josh Ioane, Jonah Nareki. Fuck, you're going to be starting him, and Mitch Hunt.
Woo.
That's who I'm looking at.
Yeah.
There's a name that's missing, and he'll come up later.
Yeah. Crusaders and the Hurricanes. My Hurricanes were not in the mood defensively last week, apparently. So could lead to some more big points for the Crusaders this week. The defending champs coming into town. Yikes. Let's start with the or actually, no, I think they're going to the defending champs town. Excuse me. Anyway, for the Crusaders, Josh Mackay looked better than Fiacchi when he came in, and there won't be Will Jordan for a while. So that's probably your fullback. So go ahead and give that a thumbs up. And Sam Whitelock might be that undroppable second row in this league. So that's definitely somebody I'd be rolling out there every week you possibly can. On the other side, I'm not sure like anything in the back row for the Crusaders fantasy wise. It's somebody's going to have to stick their hand up, and I'm going to have to wait on that for now. So nope. And then don't be fooled by Bryn Hall last week. Yeah, he got to try. That helps. He still only got like 7 points. So that's when you balloon to 7 points.
Yeah, that's
a problem. So don't. For the Hurricanes, Billy Proctor was the better of the two midfielders. So if he's in, play him. Like I said, it might be Amaga Jensen. Lamape's playing. So it's probably going to be, it'll be one of the other two odd man out. Front row is actually viable because of Amua and Coles. So
yeah,
I know Coles is out for a bit, but Amua is certainly going to pick up the load for a little while, it looks like. So
they still had like a ridiculous point total. So
they had a decent point total, yeah. So give him a thumbs up there. And Tyrell Lomax isn't bad either. So I like him. On the other side, Vive Hafita might have to shift to lock this week because of Scrafton being out. So that's as a loose forward playing lock. No way. Don't risk it. And this is the wrong week to get cute with Jonathan Chamachene. Crusaders limited Aaron Smith.
Who?
Yeah, that guy. So don't get cute.
Isn't he almost as good as Antoine Dupont? Almost.
He's probably two. He's probably number two.
If you're not as good as Antoine Dupont, what are you?
Not the best player in the world.
Are we over to the Aussies?
over to the AU that we don't get to watch?
Taz versus the Force. This one, I'm fascinated because the Taz kind of threw a curveball at us with Nawaka Tanawasi at 15 and Maddox at 14.
Right.
Odd, but I'm actually really looking forward to
change the jersey sometimes does you good.
Kind of would like to see it, but now I'm sad. But it's interesting. I think I would also start them at those positions anyway because they're fucking good.
Yep.
Tizano and Harrison should score well as well. After that, it gets kind of fuzzy because you got to figure which some of the who may be subbed out quickly and if the score goes up. I'm not sold on Ram right now. I'm not sure that he's fully fit. I know we mentioned that he's nursing a groin injury. He's not showing like he's the old the James Ram we saw last year. So
correct.
Don't know what to do with that. On the other side for the Force, Tavita Kurandrani, love 13s, and he's one that's going to get the ball a lot. Rob Carney scored fairly well his last appearance. I don't think anything changes there.
No.
Kubeli at 9 might have some openings because Jack Grant is certainly not the Taz first choice.
No,
unfortunately
he's out for a bit. So
right. So like 8 weeks. So
yeah, not great.
I think Kubeli could find some space there at the crafty veteran. And Harrison. Where did I fucking get that name from? Don't worry about that then. No, I'm sorry. There it was on the wrong line. Kane Koteka. I think he's going to have a hell of a match too out of the 7 spot because again, backup scrum half service might not be as good. 7 should be all over that shit.
There you go. Yeah, eat them up. Brumbies and Rebels. Brumbies off to a rolling start. No one's surprised. Rebels put up a fight last week against the Reds, who are obviously a quality team. We'll see what that matchup next week brings when against the Reds and Brumbies that do battle. Anyway, for the Rebels, Reese Hodge is probably unsittable right now for centers, especially because midfielders can be tough. So go ahead and roll that guy out there. Michael Wells might be startable as their 8-man. They need Nicerani back, but he's probably startable. Just temper expectations.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of 8s in the Super Rugby competition for the most part. I don't find them to be scoring certainly not as well as 7s do. Yeah,
although Jerome Brown didn't score well the other week. I'll talk to him.
No.
Joe Powell might not be the week this week. The Brumbies did give up points to Pryor and Cabelli, but that was in a blowout. And Taz got squashed last week. The Taz halfbacks did. So just be on the lookout. Lachlan Anderson is another guy that might be okay, but avoid if you can. He's playing 14 for them, I think, this week, the Rebels. Yep. Yeah, Brumbies aren't nice to outside backs usually. On the other side, Brumbies, speaking of outside backs, Mac Hansen performed well the last 2 weeks, so keep it rolling. Go ahead and give him a thumbs up. Rob Valentini seems to be a better option than Brown of late. He scored a little bit better than Brown has the last 2 games, so I'll give him the go. Nick White seems to not be doing what he used to do that scored him points. So, I've talked about a couple scrum halves that you probably shouldn't play, but you're probably also stuck in the position where you got to play them. So just keep an eye on those expectation things. Isaac Fines, he's not playing this week, but he's actually lifted his back.
He is. I've picked him up in at least one of our leagues, maybe both.
Yeah, he's out. He's out this week, but just keep an eye on that because he's not playing halfback this year.
Right.
And then aforementioned Jerome Brown, got to see it now. He's not performed well in the first 2 weeks, so
it would be
we're just about there. Of the weeks, you or me?
I'll go.
Go.
My start of the week. It's hard to know. Again, you don't. I'm not sure what the Highlanders are going to bring. They're going against the Chiefs first week, so there's a little bit more there for the Highlanders, and the Chiefs are going to go through some growing pains.
Yep.
But I'm still going to stick with the Taz versus the Force and Jack Maddox.
Jack Maddox, I like that. I like him a lot. Yeah. I consider Nalka Tenawasi as well, but that's not who I landed on.
I can't do 2 start of the weeks, so
no, you can't. Maddox is a good one. I spoke about this guy during our draft, and he got himself off to a flyer last week. This week he plays a team that were very generous in games and years past. So I'm wagering he has another big one this week. So my start of the week for round 3 of Super Rugby is Highlanders high flyer Jonah Nareki.
That's a quality pick. I didn't want to go
against your team.
Well, not twice.
Fair enough.
So do you want to do your sit and I'll do on mine? Yeah.
So my sit of the week, I have this guy, so it pains me to say this, but as his opposition has eaten this position, I mentioned him earlier. His opposition have had breakfast and lunch. He's dinner. My sit of the week is Wallabies and Rebels halfback Joe Powell.
Oh, harsh.
Yeah.
For someone with such glorious hair. I don't know. Well, I assume he still has that hair. I don't.
He does. He does. I've seen the
hair. He could have Duncan Weird us.
Long flowing locks.
Oh, and the it's beautiful. I miss it. I want to see you. My sit of the week is a guy who, he's firmly in my need to see it stage. And Justin, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Cover your ears. But this guy, he suffered without. I talked about Alamalo earlier, or not. And the job he's done on the Highlanders, but without him on the team last year in games where Damian McKenzie had to play without Alamalo, he didn't
perform.
There. Yeah. And so to really plant my flag on the gotta see it out of Damian McKenzie, I'm making him my sit of the week. Again, bear in mind I'm the mush.
Yeah. But so maybe he'll go off.
But he's my sit of the week.
Yeah. So
I'm not doing that for personal reasons.
So you say. So you say. All right. Prem, I think you're first up.
I will be anyway. Leicester versus London Irish. Leicester, I just don't. I don't like the way they're playing. Obviously, at least they played last week, and I'm not liking their options this week. Montoya, obviously go for fantasy. Right. Zach Henry has actually been putting up points. Say what you will about his fly halfery, but he puts up points. So bite the bullet. Don't let his growing maturity as a 10 and growing pains.
Growing pains, yeah.
Don't take that as he's not going to score your points, because he still will score your points. The Irish are really giving up a lot of points to locks, but Leicester locks don't score against anybody, so stay away from them. But Tommy Rafael, yes. On the other side, the front row, Creevy and the props are just monsters scoring. You want them. Sean O'Brien seems to be heating up. He had one really good match fantasy wise off the bench and actually in the match too, but and then he had a high scoring match this past week as a starter. So
whatever he picked up is not too bad.
Right. So I'd be looking at Sean O'Brien if you have. It's certainly I think he's super expensive in TRM, but in FRD, he's absolutely worth a flyer.
There you go.
And on the other end, I think it might be time to move on from Ben Loader. He's in my Joe Simmons category of if you can trade him,
maybe you can move a name.
Speaking of which, I think I have him in like 5 leagues. time to see what I can get.
Time to farm that one out.
Yeah, I'm going to take my own advice here.
There you go. Sale Newcastle also on Friday night. Sale get 2 Friday games in a row. Lucky them. All right, Exeter. Excuse me. Sale are still tough. Yeah, I mean, excuse me. Newcastle are getting a little tougher, but they've still surrendering points. So they're tough opposition, but not points wise. Excuse me. Flub my lines there. But obviously Sale are Sale. So where are these points gonna come from? Actually, Sale's front row is viable as long as Neil is playing 7 because he's technically a hooker. So right. give that a thumbs up. Lude is back. Go get it.
Yeah,
go get him. Especially if he's not too expensive in TRM, I don't think. So there's that. Oh. Okay, so for the back end, number one, for the wrong end of this coin, number one, Cobus Vise. He's still 17% owned. I have no idea why. Like, what the shit are you people doing? Come on, man. All right, this one's for you, Anton. So there are 9 halfbacks that have played at least 400 minutes this year. That's about 5 or 6 games. Okay. Hugard, Kerr, Mitchell, Urin, Maunder, Wiggles, Faf, Phipps, Spencer. In TRM, Faf sits 8 out of 9 in terms of points per 80. And in FRD, he sits 7 out of 9 in points per 80. All this to say, sit his ass.
Yeah.
If he has a one-off match, his one-off match was 23. Which, like, that's not for the price you're paying for him in TRM. No way.
Oh yeah, no.
No way. No way. And then I think he had 7 or something like that. This in FRD. Like, nope, that's not what you drafted him for. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, sit him. And then on the other side for the Falcons, hookers are doing okay against Sale. So McGuigan gets a thumbs up this week. Likewise, second rows. So apparently, whatever the Sale was doing at the lineout is no longer a thing that they're doing at the lineout. So second rows are go as well, especially the Eagle Greg Peterson. Mm-hmm. Give him a go. On the other side, Sale still eat 8s. We talked about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's all of them right there. Graham, Chick, Vanderwalt. Yikes! If you're stuck, play him in FRD, but man, get away from him in TRM if you can. And then Mickey Young or Annie Falcons 9 for that matter won't have a good day against this squad. So just pine him quick as possible. Cut him even if you have to.
To the wreck for Bath versus Exeter, which I
yikes
very much remember this match from last year, both of them, but specifically this one where they tore up the pitch.
Yeah, destroyed it.
Bath, it's hard to know where to go with them. They're mercurial as it relates to scoring. Mm-hmm. They're still giving up a shit ton of points, fantasy wise. Obviously, the aforementioned Tom James and Freeman. Tommy
Freeman, yeah.
Despite the try, he still only had 18 points in TRM, which is fairly low. But on the other side, I mean, Piers Francis had 30 against them. So
there you go. Maybe that's where the rest of them went.
Francis. and Takili Naravoro, despite I don't think he scored, still had 33.
Right.
So, yeah, he didn't score, but so there's
points dumping all over the place.
But the Bath front row are still a decent option. Exeter are leaky to front rows, hookers and props in every format. So Bath front row, don't hesitate against them. Priestland may still do well. He's fucking kicking. Ride that shit,
Yeah.
And Rory McCroney, he's in form, so he's still a possibility. And we talked about Zach. He'll still score pretty well.
Still pretty good.
But on the other side, it's all around. Looking at each level of their attack, Sam Skinner should be in for a big day. Richard Capstick has been scoring well when he's been the 7, so I'm hoping to see him. Obviously, Sam Simmons, yes. Even Joe Simmons is a good play this week. And little thought, don't be surprised to see Jack Noel.
Oh, there you go.
He may be off the bench, but he's the past couple of weeks. Baxter's been hinting that he's returning. Supposedly either last week or this week. So he didn't come back last week. So I'm thinking he's
this week. There you go. Gloucester, Cherry Mites are middling to generous in Fantasyland. Middling in FRD, generous in TRM. So that means we could have a fun day here. Odogwu could be back. Straight into your lineup he goes.
Yep.
No questions asked. Bassett or Kibarigi, whichever one doesn't start. Because I'm guessing Odogwu's on the wing. Maybe he's at 13 again. I don't know.
Again.
Yeah, he could. If he's at 13, then there you go. You could do it. But anyway, does the name Nick David ring a bell? Yeah. Okay. So play these guys too. It's fine. He did pretty well last week, if I remember correctly. Might be a bad week to go reclaim Will Rollins. Gloucester actually tough against second rows, and he didn't have a good week last week either. So that did not help him.
Had a good week in a couple weeks.
So. Yeah. So. Meh. And the one James Garpeth has now reached, I need to see it. And that really disappoints me because I like the guy. Yeah. Trust me, that's not something I say without pain.
I hear it. I feel it.
Yeah. On the other side of the field, loss or middling, maybe slightly generous as well in either format. So again, points galore. Kyle Moyle could have himself a day. So let's go ahead. Grab him at least. I mean, God, he should be at least on an FRD squad. So give him a whirl. Maybe TRM. He probably isn't too expensive if you need a fullback or a wing. Reed or Ludlow. Wasps are second to last against flankers in TRM. So yes. On the other side, Ben Morgan or Ackerman. Wasps are number 2, second toughest against number 8. So that's where all their back row points they all go to the flankers. So Morgan or Ackerman, whoever's playing 8, I would steer away. 12 trees this week. I hope he's playing center, and maybe they play George Barton because Wasps are really good against fly halves.
Yeah, Barton, I think is gonna. I think they're eager to see Barton there.
I think so too. I think without the possibility of relegation, they're gonna throw him in there.
Yeah. Oh, on to what's that up to? Where 6 ways? There we go. Yeah. I can say words. Worcester versus Bristol. I think we've been talking about Bristol's dominance defensively. Mm-hmm. It continues, and this is Worcester we're talking about.
Yeah, about that.
So about that. But still, Ethan Waller, Nick David, Ollie Morris, and Hugard. You can start them in a pinch, but don't expect much. Like if you get 20 out of any of them, just
call it a day.
Yeah, you've done all right. Or in FRD, you get 10 out of any of them.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah, especially
really happy. So, but I still wouldn't. I don't expect much from them.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, Bristol, whoever's at hook, if it's Capon, he played all 80 last week.
Yeah, because they have a young kid at 2 right now.
Yeah. But don't play their props. Worcester are actually pretty good against props. But the front row, whoever's at 2 should carry the front row.
Right.
Whoever's at 8, don't know who it is, but play
Keenan, probably.
Probably, but they've been rotating guys around. So
that's true.
Who knows? Andy Urine, well, yes, big go.
Yep, whole lot of yes.
And Piers O'Connor too. Obviously, he's been scoring extremely well. I think he may have had a step back. I can't remember if he had a step back this week or last, but worth it. He should be in your lineup. Roll the dice. And then I would assume that Callum Sheedy is going to be involved in this match.
I think so too.
So yes, he's a start.
Absolutely. All right, Quins and Northampton round out the weekend. Saints are middling into the middle of pack in TRM, but they are dead last in FRD. Yeah, here we go. Points. Funny enough that we were talking about that. Liner or green? Whoever's wearing that shirt, give it to him. Mm-hmm. Roll him out there. Also, Mike Brown should be back, and he better be back in your lineup. He's been playing really well lately, and I just don't see Northampton being able to do a whole lot about that.
Scott Baldwin owes him a bet, so.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
We paid up.
He owes
Baldwin a bet. He wore a Welsh jersey and they took a picture. That was pretty good. Yeah, some pretty interesting forfeits this week. Will Carling had to have a daffodil in his mouth, in his teeth instead of a rose. He was not happy. Not happy at all. On the other side of the coin for the Quins, Joe Marler, way too expensive, not productive enough, and this is a tough opposition for this week. Mm-hmm. The front row is probably okay, but definitely not Marler. Sorry. And Glenn Young just doesn't quite get it done when Levis is in the lineup, especially if Levis is playing second row.
Takes all the awesome.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, he's the points machine. I don't know. Black hole. Stefan Levis right there. Gone. Quins, same thing. They're toughening up a little bit, even with last week's loss. They're just outside top 4 in TRM, a little more generous in FRD. So those are considerations for that. Sam Matavesi has been playing out of his brain. Absolutely.
Week, unfortunately.
Well, no, but it just the general run for him, he gets a thumbs up for me.
I'm just complaining because I signed him just for this week.
Well, that's your problem.
Not just for the week, but I signed him this week.
I had McQuicken, so I was able to be saved by that. Big T is back.
Yeah,
the fine option this week. Go ahead and give him a thumbs up. Neither Furbank nor Grayson should be in your team if they play 10 this week. No. Bigger, okay, but if you can help it, don't play either one of them. And if they're playing 10 in that position, it was just not good. Pierce Francis had a great week last week. Meh option this week.
No,
up the middle.
Don't.
It's a fluke. It's a fluke.
It's bait.
Especially if Grayson's if it's Grayson or bigger, because that takes away his kicking.
Yeah,
as well.
That was big. He he kicked 2 converted. That's 4 points out of 30. But yeah. He also had a try, didn't he?
No.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah, he had another penalty as well.
Huh.
So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's that. So don't the Quins are tough up the middle. So that's a no.
The weeks.
Yo.
What you got?
Start of the week for Prem. I love this guy. Enjoyed watching him. I enjoyed watching his brother when he was in the league. I think this is time for another big week for him. He had a pretty good week last week. He was limited in time as well. I think he will be on the wing this week, assuming his coach doesn't completely botch that. So, but because I think Hogg is going to be back. My start of the week for Premiership in round 12 is Exeter's man with the magical feet, Facundo Cordero.
I can't believe they took him out instead of Witten. We didn't talk about
fucking
that.
Hell.
What the fuck was that?
Come on, man. That's the guy you're taking out, the one that can just score from nowhere. Like, come on.
Oh, dick move, Rob Baxter. You deserve to lose that match. We didn't get into that. I'm sorry to bring.
Oh, he lost it at least. So there you go.
Yeah, there.
You got what you deserve, Dick.
My start of the week. I mentioned him in passing, but he's actually going to be my start of the week, and that's Callum Sheedy versus Worcester.
The Sheeds, man.
He has just been on other level. So,
playing at another level, at another level.
And yes, and now he comes back to Bears.
Yeah.
Who have been, and Piatow is in form.
Yeah, Piatow is running riot right now.
Yes. And O'Connor's been in form. Like everybody's doing.
They're all doing quite well.
Yeah, give me Sheedies.
Yeah, absolutely. So the week, another guy I have in one of my teams. So again, I'm not naming him because it just does not give me joy naming my own players. His opposition are tough, if nothing but they're way more than that. In fact, anyway, not the point. His team are struggling, and they're just they even struggled against a struggling team. Like, not good. They face the league leaders this week. It's not going to be good. My sit of the week for round 12 of the Prem is his former Springbok and current Worcester Warriors 9, Francois Hugard.
That's the decent sit. As I said, don't, even if you start him, don't expect much. Yeah, I can honor that sit easily.
Yeah.
On my end, I'm looking at a guy he's been good, he's been decent, but now he's playing Sale, and there's value. He's been extremely valuable because he's a midfielder in FRD, even though he mostly plays at 11 and scores 11 type points. I doubt he will do that this week because he's playing Sale. So yeah, and I own him. Same as you. I'm naming a guy who I own and have been relying on. Ben Stevenson though.
Tough week for him, probably.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I probably will end up starting him, but again,
you're gonna just do it with a squint. Be like, please no. Right,
just get one. Have a Sam James match, like, or do nothing except score like one long try.
One long try. Yeah,
that's good.
He's capable of it, that's for sure.
He is, but I'm still. If you have other options that you're guaranteed, you're feeling much better about, go with them. Don't.
Yep.
This is in case of emergency break glass territory.
Yeah, definitely. No argument out of me here. Quick peek at Champion Links League. Fucking Joel Hodgson killed me, man. If he had played and got 10 points, I would have won. I lost to Mark by 9. So I lost to Mark. George stomped Duncan. Anton just got you, buddy.
Yeah, well,
and then in the pillow fight of the week, Justin beat Carrick. And over in Super, Carrick got the win there. He smashed George. Likewise, Anton roasting Justin. What is wrong with you over there? Good Lord. Just absolutely hosed me. I guess the dollar's back in your court that I won last week. So
yeah, so
we're back to where we were at before here.
Yeah. That's league I'm actually doing well in. Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
and then
anyway.
And then Mark beat what looks like a struggling Duncan. He's struggling more than I am. Yikes. Let's go over to TRM Six Nations.
No. I captained tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I captained Tyke Burn. That wasn't helpful either. Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle week. The only one that got over 400 points was Duncan.
Didn't he get, or no? Didn't one? Somebody got, or is number one overall still?
I think Justin's number one overall, or in the top 10 overall. Like, yeah, that's ridiculous.
And here I am fucking starting Maro Toji, or captaining Maro Toji.
Right. And then was it Terry that we saw? Our friend Terry that got first overall this week.
That's who it was.
Six Nations? Yeah. Congratulations, Terry. Way to go, dude.
Job.
Well done, buddy. I hope our advice helped. And then TRM Prem. No, almost literally no movement. Oh wait, Carrick overtook Justin for second last place. There's a significant gap between myself and Mark. Is about 300 points, and then obviously there's a significant gap between myself and the top, which is about 300 points. So I'm probably not going to go beyond mid-table, and I'm okay with it as long as I don't come in dead last.
Yeah, I'm catching slowly. I'm eating away at Anton's lead. I'm only 121 off.
You're about 120 odd.
That's not bad considering, I'm still 100. I'm 100 points away from Duncan.
Say Duncan's trying to snack on you. He's only 100 away.
Right. So I'm still closer to third than I am to first, but that could change.
Yeah. George had a good week too. He had five. He was the only one that got 500 and nailed on. Like he was smart in Captain Simmons. He had Tyrone.
Not captaining.
I've made that mistake one too many times, so I definitely did.
Yeah, he did have Tyrone though. That helped.
Yeah, that helped. Like, good Lord, that helped. Yeah. So, well, good on him. All right, let's go to pick him, and then we can get the fuck out of here. All right, let's start with Super Rugby. Only Super Rugby in Premiership this weekend. Good and bad. Chiefs Islanders.
Highlanders.
Yeah, I'm taking them too.
I have to because Chiefs. It'll be Chiefs again. Chiefs first week. Highlanders just played the Crusaders. Had their first week already.
Right. Yeah. Waratahs Force.
Oh, Taz.
Taz are at home. I'm going to take them.
Yeah, and not ready for the Force.
No, they're not there yet. This is one I'm not going to pick my team this time. Crusaders and Hurricanes.
Yeah, Crusaders. They're just being mean.
Yeah,
as they do.
Yeah, as they do. Brumbies Rebels.
Even when it's dirty, they're still just gonna. Oh, that's right. Severus is fast. And they
just give him the ball and see ya. Yeah, Brumbies Rebels.
Brumbies.
Yeah, Brumbies. They've been pretty dominant.
And I like the Rebels. I really want. I want to pick them, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, not this time. Not this time. To the Prem, Friday night. Leicester Irish.
It's going to be ugly.
Yeah, it is.
My prediction is ugly.
Yeah. Oh, man. Ugly. You're ugly too.
22.
Shit.
I'm gonna go Irish.
I am too. I'm gonna take the Exiles. Yeah, I'm taking the Exiles as well. Sale Newcastle. Sale looking for revenge.
They are.
The last minute one that they picked up at Kingston Park.
But Newcastle have been they've been playing above them, their station, and Sale have been really. This was a step. They stepped it up last week, and maybe that's just because, as you said, AJ's in the lineup. So I'm guessing AJ's in the lineup, so it'll be Sale.
Yeah, I'm taking
Sale. I was like, I was like, I'm questioning.
Got yourself into that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm questioning Sale right now, but I'm like, wait, no, I'm questioning Sale when
AJ is not in the lineup.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, AJ will be in 10. So Sale.
Good Lord. All right. Exeter Bath.
Exeter.
Wasp Gloucester.
Go Gloucester.
Yeah.
Wasps are playing yuck right now.
Yeah, they are. I'm gonna take Wasps because I'm gonna gamble that a dog is back.
Oh, good call.
Bristol Worcester. Bristol. And Quins Northampton. This is a bounce back game for Quins. As much as I want to pick Northampton and I like some of the stuff they've done better. Yeah, this is a bounce back game for Quins. Danny Kerr plays, Don Brandt plays. Yeah, they'll be fine.
True.
Yeah, they lost by 3 or 2 the other day, and Don Brandt didn't start, Kerr didn't start. So
yeah,
give it to them.
I was just looking to see what they did the week before, just to be like, are they on a losing streak, or is this just the one? And it was just the one. So they
had not lost this calendar year until that game.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going Quins because we know the Saints defense is still leaky as fuck.
And
Quins will take advantage of it even more than who was it? Newcastle we were talking about. Yeah. The Quins are a little bit better in attack. So yeah, I'm going Quins.
Oh, Bath, yeah. Yeah. No, I think
that's right. Bath.
That one. One of those teams. One of the and Mike Brown's back this week probably too. So
yikes.
That also helps.
Yeah. And as you said, Kerr and Dom and
that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Done. It's over.
Okay. Wrapping up. Buy the Geek of Coffee. Get your TRM upgrades.
Yes.
Super Saturday Watchathon, a couple weeks.
Yes.
We'll have we're gonna try and hammer out the schedule this coming week here. And that, Fancy Rugby Podcast at gmail.com. Any questions, comments? You want to tell us to go fuck off? I don't care. It's fine. We're good at taking that type of stuff sometimes.
If nothing else, this episode should teach you what it's like to listen to us talk.
I'm sensitive, damn it. I can't help it. I am sensitive. Can't help it, man.
Sensitive. Yeah, no. This is a sneak peek of what
that's true. It could be a sneak peek of what we get. What we get like. One of us is going to get grouchy. That's a guarantee.
Oh yeah. We take bets on who it'll be.
No, we could do that. Prop bet. Who's the first to get angry?
First to get off the couch in anger. First to put a beer down too hard.
Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's. Maybe it'll be coffee. We'll see.
We're going out of the cans.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Jesus. No way. I'm not. I'm going to be way too lazy. Okay. Well, but thanks a lot for hanging out with us, guys. Yeah. We appreciate you, and we will be back next week with more shenanigans. Have a good one, everybody.
Later.
Cheers.